Welcome back to another episode of KonaTV. On this one, we have Poetik Flakko, who is known as the Cedric Stanley of YouTube. We have him describing the situation between No Jumper LA and Sharp Rob, the Sharp Tank. And in this video here that I was watching, that I came across, that was very disturbing, was the breakdown that he has where he describes in depth of, well, very shortly in depth of, as best he can, trying to get words out of his mouth. um it is describing the situation between Sharp Rob, where he created a music video that was recently taken down and is no longer viewable to the fans. Whoever actually wanted to sit there and watch this whole video, by all means, you can't go back there and watch it. Sharp has been crying all over live on his IG live and on YouTube live. He's been crying about it. He's mad at the world. Gonna smoke probably a billion more cigarettes while he drinks heavily on his peach bellinis and gets drunk, and that's what he does. Now we have, but I don't feel sorry for him. You know, the P from Vegas to LA, who is now an ex-employee of No Jumper, will no longer be getting paid, and it's highly disturbing that Poetic Flacco is, broadcasting this. Not only is he broadcasting this, more boasting it on behalf of Adam 22's behalf, and because I still feel there is very much so communication, lots of communication, and there is probably a friendship or some sort. I don't know why, but there is a lot to go in between Flacco is a big face and Adam 22's discussing self, as they have gone into, cohorts with each other to make these videos, and he follows Adam 22 and No Jumper LA in many ways, where he describes in depth of like all the videos and situation. But this one in particular has to do with the fact that Sharp Rob will no longer be getting paid, as he made videos in the past with No Jumper, and they were, whatever the case may be, hitting the views, and Sharp Rob was getting millions of views on his own, but he was still getting a sturdy check from No Jumper for the past videos he'd made on the channel. And due to the fact that he didn't want to partake in anymore and had beef with Adam, was had a lot to do with, this video that came out, which was a music video that was um aimed at Adam and aimed at No Jumper, and people thought it was pretty good, and I seen it once or twice myself, and it was fairly decent for a rapper P guy who disrespects women on the daily. But as funny as it was to take shots at Adam, and there was certain scenes in there that were described as disgusting, as where he spray painted the walls of No Jumper, vandalizing the location and the site, and peeing on the door, has led to a situation where they were able to rip up the agreement clause that was never actually written down. Yes, never written down, never taken it. And he didn't sign his fragrant, his any paper, or get a lawyer to actually have anything set up for this, so he could actually keep getting paid. He took this word of mouth by Adam, which was by far the stupidest thing you could ever done in the world. To have not anything documented and on your behalf, and actually be able to fall back on anything. You're going to take the word of Adam the 16, who is known for scamming people and wanting people out of their money, and No Jumper is actually going to take full claim on all that money now. Whatever, however much it was, I don't know how much it was, but a couple thousand a week is what he was alluding at. Is a lot of money, to be honest. I mean, it's a lot of money for somebody who's just sitting back home and was living comfortably and making live videos all day and getting drunk and smoking cigarettes. It's probably helpful. He can't probably buy his peach bellinis no more. So it's gonna be rough. It's gonna be rough for him. Um, so Poetic Flacco is actually outing this on his recent video that he did about this situation, and which I find is to be interesting. Flacco's very, looks like he's pretty much pro Adam on this, but he describes in depth of how there was nothing signed, and how stupid Sharp is and how Sharp should just fall off the face of the planet, and how Adam's his champion and he loves Adam so much. So this is what we got out of this. But I just want to take a second to really take a look at this. For the first time ever, we actually get Poetik Flakko showing off his girlfriend. I know you see her in the background there. She's right there.
What the hell is even that?
All right. Well, on this next slide here, we're gonna just kind of go over and take a look at it. We have Lush pointing at Dotson, and we have Brick Baby, kind of brushing his not so much of their mustache, and we have Adam looking into the eyes of Dotson as he wants to kiss him, wearing this hideous bloody summer sweater. I don't know what the hell that is. It looked like maybe Lenny the Plug drew that on him or something. Maybe they have fun time coloring together or do whatever they got to do together. And what's with the cigarette or that weed, whatever he's holding, whatever he's just gonna smoke there, right? I think that actually the whole time watching this video was funny to me because I think he alludes to trying to get a lighter the whole time. So he's like, they even show it, which is really like poorly done. Like, what kind of respectful psych do you have to be where you're sitting there asking somebody, maybe the cameraman, or he's like doing the cigarette lighter click thing where he's like, let me get a cigarette, pass me one over here. Like, it's just like it's idiotic. I mean, this is the best setup. This is the top LA news site for hip hop media is going to be, is this what we're looking at here? Whatever. And anyways, so they're over here talking about how Sharp Rob, and he actually tries to describe best as possible Adam that Sharp has left on his own, that he didn't want to help the platform, and he describes here, pretty much dilutes blame towards Sharp for him leaving, not taking this fame that he got from leaving No Jumper and from or being fired from No Jumper, or however maybe, as something where he's trying to ride it out and blah blah blah. All he's doing is just pointing blame back onto Sharp so he could come up with some reason to actually have a situation where he can not have to pay him no more. He doesn't. They gotta, I guess they get some sort of severance package here, right? At No Jumper. This is a great community, great job, where they have, big offices, HR is probably calling them up, and, they had that all signed out, right? Nope, not at all. Apparently somebody had told him, according to alleged rumor through the mouth of Poetik Flakko, if you watch this video full, where he says that he didn't sign one. And somebody said for him not to sign it because it would be better for his career. I don't know where in the world that was actually, uh, the thing to do. Why would you do that? Why would you just, not do that? Why would you? Why would that be the thing? Like, why would that ever be something that you would want to go through life knowing that, hey, I should have signed that severance package on No Jumper that would have kept me paid and kept me safe to get paid, regardless of whatever happened. But even if it was a penalty or something where they did have to take money off the board for him, I guess paying on the door, where they had to wash it, or spray painting and they had to clean it, it would have been, a ding on one check, and then on the next check he would have been back to normal. But not signing the severance package is just, you pretty much signed your own deal. You your own grave. You're done. Your will is done. You took your money out of your own pocket at that point, which I do agree. At some level, there was a bad move on that part by Rob, who is definitely an idiot. On the other hand, here Adam took the any way possible out of this situation where he didn't want to have to pay Sharp no more. So he used this as a reasoning. This is the reasoning here. So this is what I'm trying to tell you, is that, you're listening to this and you're wondering, oh, what are you rambling on about? Well, this is the reasoning. This here, video is showing him complaining about Rob trying to come up with videos and topics to where he could actually put the point of blame at him and doesn't look bad. So when you go to the Reddits or anything, you can feel sorry for Adam for having to pay Sharp Rob for the video that he actually did. This is work that he's done. So he doesn't want to pay people for what they do anymore. He doesn't want to pay workers. He doesn't want to pay ex-employees that are not promoting his platform, who are not, got their head up his ass and trying to, you know, make him the boost his ego, make him the top tier, say he's great, say that everybody should do Lend of the Plug, and that is what he's trying to say here. And what is, I have a situation here where, okay, I don't know what the tattoos are. I'm a guy who has a lot of tattoos, right? And I like to look at tattoos here, but I don't think Dotson actually has ever watched Dragon Ball Z in my life. And for him to have a Majin Buu tattoo on his hand, it pains me. It makes me very upset. Either Dotson's hiding it, tries to look like a thug, and he's either a thug, or the way he talks, and he does perks and all these things, and he does all his drugs on the platform while he's there. But then sister has like the Majin Buu tattoo. So is he a nerd? I really gotta ask that. Is Dotson a nerd here? I mean, sagging your pants with the Gucci belt, whatever he's wearing. I don't know what the hell he's wearing. But it's just like it's weird to me, like how he has that. But anyways, he's a nobody on this platform. To be honest, nobody talks about him. Nobody cares. Like that's probably the only time you're gonna hear me talking about him. Truthfully, this is about Sharp and Adam and Poetic Flakko. I'm not Lush wearing the Titans jersey and whatnot, and he's a drug addict and he belongs in NA. And Brick is pretty much, alleged snitch. All this is alleged. Nothing is true with what I just said, right? I'm just giving you my opinion at this point, but I will just say that everything's come out of Poetic Flacco's mouth, and he's come to the point where he's explaining all these things. So I'm just snipping to this video here so you can actually take a look at it and know, this is a scene where they describe and come up with a plan to actually point blame at Sharp Rob. Now, this next scene here is part of the video that's actually a screenshot of the video of Poetic Flacko had posted, which is a video of one of the episodes of the No Jumper podcast where they're talking with Whack 100 and him, and he's sitting here, talking about how all the disrespect. It was a pointed plan. This is all planned right here. This is planned out just so they can not pay Sharp Rob no more. This is what it is. This is how they're doing it. This is the setup here. So he's like, let's create an episode where we have Whack 100 come up here, talk about all these things. He's only giving you one side here. He shows his phone, how Sharp texted him and said he's going to get him. And, it just was like, oh man, feel sorry for Adam type move, because everything was just about how bad, Sharp was, how Whack, and Sharp spoke over the phone, and how Sharp actually, said all these things, how he wants to get Adam, and how they should fight. And I think they should, to be honest. Like, if you're gonna throw hands. Like, this is California. Run the fade one time. But neither one of these guys want to fight. Whack doesn't want to fight. None of them wants to fight. They never want to fight. They're all liars here. There's a bunch of scam artists who just, it's like WWE, but worse. But yeah, so they're sitting here talking about all these things here, about how Sharp was in the wrong for it, how Whack 100 pleaded with him, told him not to do it, and whatever the case may be. It just was Whack throwing to create an episode, throw him under the bus, make Adam look good by doing this, by showing the evidence that Sharp was wrong. So he has a reason, so he doesn't have to pay him. You see how it goes here? This is simple as it is, man. This is just typical, just BS going on here. And Sharp's, I'm not advocating for Sharp because I don't care. I just see how Adam works and how he gets down, and it's pretty pitiful. He's a known asshole who just likes to rub people the wrong way. And not only does he do this, he's actually been known for reporting people's videos. So he's reporting people's videos. He's trying to get videos taken down about him. He's trying to make everybody look bad, like, just so he could get rid of all the small guys, so he could keep remaining on top and doing what he does. So I'm just letting people know, see how it is. There's many platforms and many people that are out there talking about different things that he does, and how bad they are. But he's gonna keep going on. Nobody's gonna sit there and take him on, or nobody's trying to. I'm just alleged, and this is all alleged, and I'm just kind of speaking on what videos Poetik Flakko did about him and how he did this on him. But Whack 100 again goes into this description of the certain situations. Like I think it's kind of foul that you bring up, you don't show anybody. There's not a screenshot or footage of actual conversation between them two. It's a red screenshot or whatever. He shows Adam his phone, and Adam reads all. There could have been a screen behind Whack. We didn't get to see the camera angle because it's always like it's kind of like set up where it's looking at Adam, right? But he could have just read something somebody had in the. There could have been some improv to actually say those words. Who knows? We don't know. It's all alleged, right? It's alluded to. Whatever he had, he didn't post it. Whack 100 didn't post it. I mean, where's the evidence on that? If Rob really wanted to, he could countersue on a lot of these things. Just discrepancies of making him look bad, in many ways. You're sitting there, dragging his name to the mud, all because of what things that you've actually done to him. And I mean, but again, vice versa though. I feel like they're all wrong. You shouldn't really just take a man's, Oh, and that's the other thing is that he came out videos because Rob was saying that, Sharp was saying that, oh, well, you're taking food out of my kid's mouth and all these different things. He had a video on that. And then, Adam, the sass queen over here, demigod of the tit for tat lord, decides to go over here and he makes a reply video like he always does, right? And it does a little YouTube short, or what it was, an Instagram little post that he did where he just started saying, oh well, he's gonna start eating sharp bucks. He's eating sharp bucks, and he's using all the sharp money that he's made to feed his family and do all these things. So it's actually kind of crazy that he's actually throwing it in his face. Mr. Millionaire over here is having to bring down the little guys, but whatever, they're gonna go back and forth. It's none of my business. It's just I don't like the way that Adam moves 100% of the times and how he does things, and he's pretty much disgusting. And Whack 100 is, I don't know what this guy has done in his career to be actually on here. He was the game's manager, and he punched some guy named Stitches, and he's nothing been belly up, like just doing nothing but like naked activities. Like, who is this guy? Like, why do we keep allowing him to just keep being on platforms in California? Like, he's gross. He's like 50 to 60 years old and talking about young kid stuff. Like, go grow up. Anyways, but I just want to leave you with that and a little short videos of clips of Poetik Flakko trying to describe everything for you. So here you go.
Yeah, okay. Right? Yeah, right. So wait, no, and she's at like, right? Let me actually break down my catalog, right?
Break that shit down.
I